This conference will now be recorded.
Am I audible? Okay, let us start. Last time we understood the concept of drop downs, right? So where you have to use the select element class, and when you have to don't use select element class for drop downs which are not created by the select tag. Now, after doing this, we have to go to the other part of it, which is nothing but couple of things. One is we have to understand that how to work with frames. Now, what is a frame? Frame is a component. I don't know if I've worked with frames. Just let me know. Have I worked with frames? Yeah, I worked with frames already, right? JavaScript executable frames is done, I believe. Yeah. Action class is also done. Okay, so I've already done it. Good. Yeah, frames is also done. I can see frames out here. Okay, so frames is done, JavaScript executor done, your select class is done. So what remaining is your how to, as I have written down in your group, that the remaining part is C sharp, right? So we have to work on window switch, alert, and customization of XPath CSS selector, interface, exceptional handling, and unit and framework. So we'll concentrate on this now. So window switch, first of all, we'll see. So I'll create a new project. So let's create a new project. It will be a console-based project. I'll call this as Selenium 7. So we'll work on switching alert. So let's work on the alert first because that will be a small topic. We'll make this as a startup project, and I have to add the NuGet packages. Suppose Selenium NuGet package I'll add. Browse, find out. To add this support package selenium.support, and since I will work with Chrome, I will use the Chrome driver. Install this. Okay. I have to use certain namespaces. I will copy these namespaces from here and put it in this, right? And I will change this C# program file to alert. right? I'll call this as a public class. This is the public method. Okay, let's create a function, public static void return type. The function name is, let's say, using alerts. Now you have to remember one particular thing. Generally, or rather, alerts are, are created with JavaScript. They will be created with JavaScript. In order to handle alerts, we need to use the iAlert interface. You have to understand that you have to use iAlert interface. Okay. Thirdly, the iAlert interface. I'll show you this interface out here. Let's go to the seleniumhu.org. Let's go to the download section. Go to C# API docs. And if you look at, there will be an iAlert interface out here. It has certain properties, text property. So I can write down that the text property is used to get text present in an alert. Now, if I go to this particular website, for example, if I go to Retrieve Mail website, I don't give a username and password. I click on the go button. This is an alert, and this kind of alert is created by the JavaScript. If I want to get the text of it, this text, then I have to use the text property of the iAlert interface. Okay. Now, if you go to the documentation part of it, there are methods of iAlert. What are the methods? Accept. Accept method is used to accept the alert. When you accept the alert, it looks like this. This is the alert. If you click on the OK button, that's acceptance. So accept method is used to accept the alert. That is nothing but your OK button. And then you have something called as the dismiss method, if I'm not wrong. Dismiss method. The dismiss method is used So dismiss method will be used to dismiss alert. That is nothing but, now if you look at this particular alert, it doesn't have a cancel button. But some alerts will have a cancel button. Okay, so if you want to reject alert, we actually use the cancel button. And this cancel button is equal to using the dismiss method. And if you look at, there is a send keys method. Okay, so send keys method. So what is this method used for? This method is basically used for to write or type something in the alert window. Okay, so if you look out here, this alert does not have anything, this alert window doesn't have a edit box. But some alerts will have a edit box. You can type out there. Okay. So if you want to write something on an alert which has edit box, you can use the send keys method for that. Now to work with alerts, we need to switch the focus of Selenium. So I have told you always Selenium will have focus on this main window. If I want to work with this alert, I have to switch the focus of Selenium from main window to the alert window. Okay. So for switching, you have to use the switch to method. So to work with alert, we need to switch the focus of Selenium using the switch to method. So now we need to work. So the first thing that I need to do is that at the class level, I'm going to create a global variable and I'll call this as public static iWebDriver. And this driver can be used in any of the functions that you're trying to use. The first is that open the Chrome browser. So driver is equal to new Chrome driver class object. Open the Chrome browser and control it. That is what it will do. After that, Chrome browser opens in minimize state. Minimize statement in minimize window format or window size. Okay, so it is not good that the browser window opens in minimize state because what will happen? Certain element will get hidden because of minimized browser window. And what is going to happen? You will find out that Selenium is not able to find out the element and will show you no such element exception. So if the browser window is in maximized state, the element will be visible, it will not be hidden, and Selenium will be able to find the element and perform action. So by default, Selenium always open up Chrome in minimize state, so it will maximize the browser window. So driver dot manage method dot window property and maximize method. And after that, we are supposed to navigate to, I will navigate to this URL only, for example. driver dot URL property, and I can get the property out here. Set the property, and then after that I will wait for a couple of seconds. Wait for mm, elements to be present. So I'll use the implicit wait out here. Implicit wait is applied. It is applied for all elements used in this script. So it will be applied wherever we use the find element or find elements method. So this is your kind of you can see, this is basically your dynamic wait. Static wait is thread.sleep. That is not good to use. Good to use dynamic wait. So what is the difference? For example, the maximum timeout period for implicit wait is 20 seconds. If the element is found out in 2 seconds, it will not wait for another 18 seconds. Simple. Okay. So if the element is found out in 2 seconds, it will not wait for another 18 seconds. So it saves that 18 seconds time period. It goes to the next line of the script. Okay, so what we can do is driver dot manage property, and what do you want to manage? You want to manage the timeouts and the implicit wait property, and this is where you have to give the time span, the time span interfaces, how many seconds you want to wait. Let's say I want to wait for 20 seconds for the element to be present. If the element is not found out by select in 20 seconds, it will give a no such element exception. Maximum timeout period is this. And then we have to type on username. So I will type on username, but I will not type on password. So I will type on username, I will not type on password, but click on the go button. It will tell you please enter your password. So I will type on the username. For that I have to spy upon this. Copy the XPath. So driver dot find element. By the XPath, whose value is this. Dot send keys. And I want to use the same username. I'll just copy this. Okay. So after that, I will click on the go button. I will take the go button out here. So this is the XPath. I'll get copy. So driver dot find element by the XPath. This is a full XPath. Full XPath. It is not a relative XPath. Full XPath starts with the HTML tag. This is a relative XPath because you can see that it is not starting with the HTML tag. And after finding, we have to click. So now the alert will come. So when I click on the go button, alert will come. Now switch to the alert. So driver dot switch to the alert. This is the alert method. Once you switch to the alert, we can use. So what do you want to do? I want to get the text. Please enter your password. So I have to use get the text of the alert window. So driver dot and what is the return type of the alert? The return type of the alert is the iAlert interface. You can see. So I'll give it as iAlert A is equal to this. And then I want to get the text. So A dot text property. So return type of this is a string. So we put it to a string variable, text of alert as the variable name. And you can get console dot write line the text present in the alert window is text alert. So let's see the alert is coming or not. The text of the alert is coming or not. So what I will do is I will the text will come where in the console. So let's run this now. So you can go to debug and start without debugging. So nothing came. What is the problem? VMDs is working with alert. First that changed, and the result did not come because there is a function created. I have not called the function inside the main method. Until unless you call it inside the main method, how will the function's body get compiled? So my mistake. This is the class name. And since it is a static method, call the method using alerts. That is why the result did not come. You can just debug and run this. Please enter your password has come very quickly. And the text present in the alert window is please enter your password. You have got that. Okay. Now let's say I want to accept the alert. So you have to use a which is a reference variable of the iAlert interface dot accept method. So this will basically see that the text will come. I will give a thread dot sleep so that it will be a bit slow. I'll give you a 10 seconds delay. So it takes milliseconds. So I'll give a 5000 milliseconds. That is equal to 5 seconds. Okay. So let's run this. So it has accepted the alert, you can see. This is the text also. And if you want to cancel the alert, then I can use, if there is a cancel button, then you have to use a dot dismiss. That's all. Since this alert does not contain a cancel button, so I cannot use it. And just to let you know, if there's a cancel button, you can get it. So this is how you can work with alerts. Okay. Next is Windows switch. So what I can do is in the same scenario, I can basically use the another function. This function is called as using alerts. I'll create another function out there, which will be nothing but public static function. Return type will be void. I'll call this as Windows switch. The same thing will come into force. At least this part is common. I can copy this. Okay, so I will show you what I am trying to do. So here is news.google.com. this website, the news will keep on changing. You cannot do anything. But if you look at window switch, now this is the window which is open. So Selenium will have focus on this window. Selenium having focus on this particular window means Selenium can only work on the elements present on this window. So what do you mean by elements present in this window? That means Selenium can only find elements on this window and perform action like typing and clicking. If I click on this particular news, a tab window opens. Now, if I want to work with the elements present in this tab window, I cannot do until unless I switch the focus from this window to this window. Okay. If I want to switch the focus, there is a method for it. And after you switch focus, you can work on the elements of this window. Okay. So, window switch is applied. It is applied for tabbed windows, or it can be new window opening up or pop-up window created by HTML script. Okay. Now for switching between windows, we have to use the switch to method. This is a common method to switch to a window, to switch to an alert, or to switch to a frame. Okay. We have to use this method, switch to. Now, remember, every window has a session ID, and this is maintained between the browser and the web server at the backend. Now, this session ID is a dynamic value which keeps on changing, which will change with new session generated. Remember, the session ID will remain constant for a particular session. What is this session? Session maintained between the application which is opening in your browser window and with the web server of that application. So this session ID will remain constant for a particular session. If we log out or close the application in browser, session gets killed. If we open the same application again, a new session ID gets generated. So this session ID is a combination of alphabets and numbers, and each browser will generate session IDs differently for the same application opened up. Opening up. 1 minute. Okay. So this session ID is a combination of alphabets and numbers, and each browser will generate session ID differently for the same application opening up. Okay. Now, so getting session ID is an important process in order to switch to the window with the session ID of that window. So that is how we switch. We need to get the session ID. So that is why we need to get the session ID of the window to switch. If you don't switch, we will not be able to work with the elements present in that window. Simple. Okay. Now I'm navigating to this particular URL. So I'll go to news.google.com. So I'll create this news.google.com. Now please understand one thing, this will keep on changing. So don't worry about it. I will show you the details of it. So navigate to this particular part. Okay. And then I will click on this news. Please understand this news will change. Election dates. So I'll just call this as click on election dates. So I will get the XPath of that. Right click, inspect the element. Driver.find element. By the XPath. This is the XPath. This is a relative XPath again, you can see. And after finding the XPath, what I will do, I will click there. Now remember one particular thing, on clicking, a new window might open. So you have to see what action you are performing based on which a pop-up is opening, what action you are performing based on which the new tab window is opening or a new window is opening. So clicking out here will open up a new window or a tab window. So remember one thing, I'll put it out here. Wherever, in whichever action a tab or a new or a pop-up window applies or happens or opens, we can implement the below step. This is not only for this, for any kind of scenarios. So what I have to do, I have to get, so let's get, now what is happening? How many windows are opening? This is the main window. When you click, so two windows are opening. So for as far as this application is concerned, as far as News Google app is concerned, on clicking, a tab window is opening. So in total, two windows. So how do you get the session ID of two windows? One is for the main window. Now by default, Selenium will have focus on this main window. Okay, I have to switch out here. So what will I do? Get the session ID of both the windows. How do you get? Driver dot get, so driver dot window handles with S, and the return type of this window handles is, you can see, it is I read only connection interface. So go out here, write down I read only collection interface. It's a collection of, you can see out here, it's a collection of strings. I read collection of strings. So I read collection of string. I call it as all win IDs. I'll call it like this. Now, so right now I'll find out how many window IDs it's getting. So if I want to find out how many window IDs it has got, obviously two. So number of windows for whose IDs were captured. So I can use all window ID dot count property. Obviously, this will be the count of how many windows ID will. Obviously, this will be 2. I know that will be 2 because at that point when you're clicking on the link, one tab window is open, so totally 2 windows. So you'll get 2 IDs, right? Now what I need to do, is if I am 2, then I can use all window ID dot get me the element at index number 0. Since there are 2 windows, the first window will have index number 0. Okay, and that's all. And element add return type will be a string win1. Now index number 0, please remember, index number 0 will be the window ID of the main window which is opening first. It is always like this. It will be in sequence. And I will also get the window ID of the second window, which is index number 1, because there are 2 windows only. So index number 1 will be the window ID of the new tab window, which is opening after clicking the link. Okay, this will be win2. Now, so win2 will have the session ID. So if you want to sys out and check it out, I can check it out. What are the window IDs? Console.writeLine. So I will say win1, some 2 dashes, win2. Run this, you will at least get to see how the session ID looks like. And this will be different from Chrome, IE and Firefox. Let's run this. And you will also see that what is the number of windows coming out. How many windows ID will come up. Let's run this. Oh, this will not work because of the fact that I have not called this method. Let me first comment this method. I will not like to use this method. I'll use yes working with alert class but dot window switch method. Then we can run. So let's check out now. So number of window ID are 2. Number of window whose IDs were captured are 2. You can see that. And this one is the CD window 612 blah blah until A2 is the window ID of the main window. CD window 044 completely is the window ID of the second window, that is tab window. This is how you get it. Okay, I'll close this and give a space colon. Okay, now you got the window at the second one. So I will now switch the focus to tab window. So driver dot switch the focus. There is a method called dot window method, and inside this give the argument of string, that is your win2. So I'll just call win2. This will switch the focus to tab window. After switching the focus, I can get the title of tab window. Before that, if you don't switch focus, now what is the title of the tab window? Just go and see it. Election dates, election commission. If I don't switch and I try to get the title, you will see it is not coming. Driver dot title method, property, sorry. And this will have a string as the return type, title of tab window. Okay, I can use console.writeLine and the title of tab window, I can put it out here. Now let's say I don't switch. So if I don't switch, I will get the title of the main window, that is your Google News. You check it out now. I don't switch, I've got the session ID and all, but I don't switch. If I don't switch, I will not get the title of the tab window, I'll get the title of the main window. Google News will come as the answer. So you see, you've got, it's still running, and the news have changed. So it will fail right now. Yeah, news has changed. You cannot do anything. So let's say assembly election. This is the inspect this better. So I hope this has also changed, which is the Google News opened up here. Election dates. Maharashtra, and what is this showing? This does not come with. Better that I do one thing. Anyways, this is opening up a tab window. So I take the XPath of this. Better to take that because it keeps on changing the news. So this is the XPath. Now we can run it. Now you will see that since I have not switched, you will not get the title of the tab window. See that you are getting the number of windows are 2, you are getting the session ID, but what is the title you are getting? Google News. That is what I was saying. You can't do anything unless you switch the focus. Now I will switch the focus and then run it once more. So what is the title of this tab? The live updates by election. So am I getting that? By election, live, by updates who election by election in 18 states along with Haryana. You can see that we have got that by election 18 states along with Haryana, and that is what you are getting. Okay. You can also give a thread dot sleep out here to give a time frame to actually work upon. Let's say a 10 seconds delay on that. And you can close the browser. Now after getting the title, you want to switch back to the main window. To main window. So you have to use again driver dot switch to the window with the value win1. Again move the focus to the win window. And then you can get the title again like this. In this way you can get the title of both the pages. First you will switch back to the tab window, get the title of the tab window, then switch back to the main window, get the title of the main window, title window 1. And you can run this. So let's see. Uh, so this is the window title of the tab window. This is the window title of the main window after switching back. You can see that. And that is why if you look at when it ran, it switched focused out here, this was highlighted, then it switched focus back to this was highlighted. That is how it works. So this is how you can work with switching between windows, which can be a tab window. The same applies if it is a new window opening up, same applies which opens up a pop-up window. So that is window switching. Okay. So I will finish the class today because I have to go a bit early. My kid is not well. So tomorrow when I take up, I will basically take up the customization part. One thing is remaining, two things are remaining in Selenium: customization of XPath and CSS selector, one important topic, and how to work with window component. We have just worked with web component, but Selenium supports only web component. There are certain situations in which you will encounter Windows component cropping up due to certain actions that you take in web components. to how to control Windows components. For that, we have to use a third-party tool called as AutoIT and integrate the script with your Selenium script. So customization of XPath scene selector and AutoIT we will see tomorrow. And after that, one thing will be remaining, that is your explicit wait. And after that, we can finish up the rest of the C Sharp, that is your NUnit framework, exception handling, and all those things, and interface. In NUnit, I will teach you how to use NUnit and how to integrate Selenium scripts with NUnit framework. Okay. Any questions? You can ask me. Other Hemlata Lakshmi, you have any questions to be asked? You can ask me. Okay. Fine. Then I'll send you the codes and the video. You can watch through it.